Hi, this video is for AppSecretary, which is an app we designed to automatically respond to customers' incoming texts for common questions that they may ask you, and does so while you're busy or driving to help grow your business. AppSecretary can work with just about any type of business, but in this specific example, it is for massage therapists and massagers. So the main value you get from this is that if you are busy, let's say you're in the middle of a session with a customer and you can't get to your phone to answer your texts, then AppSecretary will do that for you and start a conversation with prospective customers, detailing about your business, about you, any questions they have, like when you're open or when you're next available and that sort of thing. Okay, so we'll start by installing AppSecretary, so you can see how it works. So the first thing it will ask for your contacts, and the reason it does this is only because when you have an incoming text message, you probably don't want to reply to your contacts, like your family and friends. You just want to reply to customers. Okay, so we'll allow that. And then, of course, we have to allow it to send it to you as messages, text messages. Okay, so it starts with a wizard to install it, just to try and sort of walk through it quickly. So you just go through it as next. I recommend the custom configuration, where you can pick the items that you want to actually set up initially to respond to. All right, so here's parts about your business that just helps sort of us understand what sort of questions we want to respond to for what type of business you have. I mean, obviously, if you don't have a physical store, you don't need to answer questions about parking. Okay, so let's say in this example, you have a massage business and you have a website. Okay, you only provide services. Okay, so there's all sorts of categories here, and we'll pick a massage. Okay, so here you basically would just say, let's say a customer asks about what is your website. You can reply, our website is www.massagewell.com. And similarly, maybe they'll ask you what's your email. Okay, so this you can use for free as the next availability. The whole app is free. There is a more detailed paid feature where it'll actually book the appointments for you in your own calendar, which is very, very handy. And that's a paid monthly service. But here you can just, if you remember to update it continually, then you can keep telling customers when your next availability is. So let's say I have an opening spell checker today at 3 p.m. Just have to remember to update that. Okay, you can put information about whatever you want to ask, whatever you want to reply to people asking about how much it cost. Okay, you can put what kind of payment options you have here. If somebody says, do you accept credit card or e-transfer or whatever, you can put whatever you have here. We're going to skip some of these just to make this go a little faster. Here you can put what you charge for coming out to somebody's place, if that's what you do. You don't, and if any of these don't apply, you can just leave them blank, and if a customer ever asks this question, it'll go to the default answer, which it will show you at the very end. Estimates is more for a different type of business, for say construction. Don't need that. Probably you don't have any specials or coupons, but you could put them in here if anybody ever asks. If you have extra fees you charge for certain things, you can put that in here. This is more for information, I guess. It's kind of taken over with COVID about what your policies may be in regards to that, or you can put whatever you like. Cancellation policy. By the way, you can also cut and paste this area here if you want to, speed things up a little. You only have to do this whole process once, and then you have those answers forever, even if you upgrade. So this is where you know, very important one where you talk about yourself, you know, maybe or your business. I mean, you can obviously put a lot more than that, but we'll start with that. Here, if anybody asks about your reviews or references, you can put whatever you like here from your website, from Google, or just talk about it personally. This is the most important one. So sometimes, of course, AppSecretary can't figure out what a customer's asking for, and then you probably just want to tell them, hang on, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Right? It will only send this once, so it doesn't keep sending the same message over and over. All right, so we're done. We can choose to have it start listing right away, but let's not do that, just so I can show you how it works. Okay, so the messages are going to actually appear here. You can turn that off in the settings, but your messages between customers in AppSecretary are going to be there. You might probably notice in the top right there's a start button, so that'll start listening for messages to reply to with the answers you gave, or you can stop it. Okay, so over in the responses, you'll see parts of the where we just filled out before in the wizard are now here, and you can edit any of these, change any ones you like. There's also quite a bit more that you can fill out if you want. For example, one of the ones that might be handy for yourself is you can enter what services you provide. So you could say you do Swedish massage or certain types of massage, and you can say what you don't do, like foot massage. You know, so if they ask about these types of things, then you can reply back to them, no, we don't do that, or yes, we do that. Or really reply what you do and what you don't do. All right, just going to, so that was that start automatically setting here. You can alter any of these here if you decide for some reason you want to reply to contacts, and there's a lot of other features, but we won't get into that just yet. Strange that we picked that. Anyway. I'm just going to turn off a feature here. Okay, so ready to run it. I have a text, so we're going to run it right now. And on the side, there is a text tab that I've already set to send messages to me. Right? So this is my main app. And here's the text app, which basically simulates a customer. So this is sending to me, Dan, my regular text message, which will get intercepted by AppSecretary because it's on. So, you know, let's pretending we're a customer here. We say, hi, something like that. And AppSecretary will reply back. Of course, that's our regular text message. We can just get rid of that. But AppSecretary will reply back, hi. And say, for massage. Right, so it figures out that, okay, your massage business, and it'll send back up that information you said about yourself. Now you might say, do you have a website? This is very smart. If it says, do you have a site or a website with 2 words, or many combinations of how customers talk, slang, it's very intelligent in figuring out what they're trying to get at. Okay, and so on. So if it can't figure out what you're asking, like, you know, I don't know. You know, if we say we can come later or something like that, coming to there, then well, I can't really figure out what do you mean by that? Like, so now it's going to go to the default message, right? The one we entered there, and it should send that back. Right, so now you've established a conversation. You have a customer that's not just sitting there waiting and maybe moving on to somebody else. Hopefully, you pick up a new business, you pick up a new customer, while you're busy with your current customer, not getting interrupted. And so that's basically how it works. If you go back to your main text app message, there's all the conversation there, right? So that these are messages were sent by AppSecretary. And if you want to see the full conversation, I just showed you in the messages tab, you can see it there. You can click on that and you can see the conversation between you and the customer. So you can get an idea what was the back and forth. And then you can turn it off and then continue on the conversation here in your regular text app. And hopefully you really grow your business. It's a great app that a lot of people really love once they get to know it. It is available only for Android and not iPhone. But I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any feedback or comments or questions, please let me know. Thanks.